Am I the a-hole for not allowing my brother and sister-in-law stay at my apartment with their dog? So, I 25F live in a small, one-bedroom apartment in the Lower East Side, New York City. I love my space. It's cozy and just big enough for me and my routine. I also have pretty severe allergies to dander, pollen, and dust, so I keep my home very clean and have to be careful about animals. A few weeks ago, my brother 28M asked if he and my sister-in-law could crash at my place for a weekend because they were visiting the city for an event. I agreed at first, but then he casually mentioned they'd be bringing their dog, a very energetic pug. I reminded him of my allergies and said, sorry, but the dog can't come into my apartment. I offered a few compromises, like helping them find a pet-friendly Airbnb nearby or suggesting they leave the dog with a friend or sitter for the weekend. But he shot all of those ideas down, citing cost. I totally understand that the dog is an extra expense, but you think they'd factor the dog into their decision, making more proactively. He got really annoyed and said I was being selfish because they'd already told a friend they wouldn't need them to dog sit and it costs a lot to have them kept somewhere. I stood firm and said, I can host you guys, but not the dog. It's not fair to me, my space or my health. He got mad and said I was prioritizing my comfort over family and accused me of not liking their dog, which isn't true. I just literally can't breathe around it and pug hair gets everywhere. I literally need a lint roller after. They ended up booking a hotel instead, but now my brother is barely speaking to me, and my parents think I should have just made it work for one weekend to keep the peace. I feel bad they had to spend more money, but it's not like I didn't warn them. A few days after they booked their hotel, my brother sent me a long text basically saying I'd let them down. He claimed I didn't understand how hard it is to travel with a dog and that I was being rigid about my so-called allergies. That part stung because he knows how bad my reactions can get. One time I visited our parents when they were pet sitting for a neighbor, and I ended up needing an inhaler and a full day to recover. I tried to explain that this wasn't about being inflexible, but about protecting my health. He left me on read. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let the dog stay in my apartment?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
Not the a-hole. It's okay to be selfish about one's health. I think everything your brother said is true, just there's no inherent negative to it. You'd prefer to not be sneezing, teary-eyed, rash. However, your allergies manifest and there is nothing a-hole about that.
OP replied,
Thank you. I have a hard time with asserting boundaries, but have been trying to work on being kinder and fairer to myself without feeling shame about it.
Not the a-hole. He sounds pretty entitled if he thinks he can use you as hotel space and bring a dog along when you've made it clear this won't work for you.